Is the feud between Lindsie Chrisley and her dad over? While the two have had a previously rocky relationship, she's telling a different story on the stand during Todd Chrisley's federal trial. Here's what she had to say in court. Todd and his wife Julie are being federally prosecuted for tax evasion and conspiracy to defraud banks. The pair eventually filed for bankruptcy, leaving them $20 million in debt. However, they allegedly continued to hide money from the federal government. Lindsie had previously accused her dad of harassing her and trying to exploit her. In fact, she reached out to the FBI for help with getting a restraining order against her father. Just 2 years ago, she said this when asked about her relationship with Todd Chrisley: "I am in no way, shape, or form connected to this monster." She was called to the stand during Todd and Julie's trial. But Lindsie changed her tune. At the time of the alleged fraud, Lindsie told the jury he was all about his kids and his wife, in that order. Prosecutors weren't buying it, though. As mentioned above, Lindsie has been relatively public about her poor relationship with her dad. They pushed Lindsie to open up about the other side of their relationship. The prosecution also submitted emails from Lindsie to the FBI regarding the restraining order against her father. Judge Eleanor Ross is presiding over the trial. She informed Lindsie that she wasn't doing anyone any favors by not telling the truth. That didn't prompt her to change anything about her testimony, though. On Thursday, Lindsie told the court that she didn't believe her dad had anything to do with the extortion attempt that ruined her life. Not only did she backtrack everything she said about Todd thus far, she even went on to defend him and got combative with prosecutors. When Todd's ex-business partner came up, Lindsie said she believed he has a Napoleon complex, citing times when Mark Braddock would use her dad's personal email account and instant messaging when he wasn't in the office. She also said that she always felt Braddock hated her and her siblings. Anytime she was in the office, he was rude, Lindsie said. Many witnesses for the defense have testified that Braddock was often hard to work with and even belittled people working with him. The story between Lindsie and Braddock goes deeper. He tried to blackmail her when she was 19 or 20 years old with photos of her and her boyfriend in bed. Eventually, she quit working with her dad after Braddock told her a rumor that her dad was having an affair with his assistant. After she quit working with the company, she returned everything her father gave her, including a paid-for apartment, and tried to make it on her own. Lindsie cut ties with her dad, only to later find out there was never an affair to begin with. Lindsie Chrisley says she and the rest of her family are now coexisting. She said, "I have their grandchild." So it seems she and Todd have mended their relationship, at least for the time being. Lindsie Chrisley talks of love and dedication in defense of Dad, a heartfelt tributing the whirlwind of public scrutiny, family struggles, and personal challenges. Lindsie Chrisley has found herself standing tall with unwavering support for her father, Todd Chrisley. The media landscape has been flooded with headlines regarding the Chrisley family, with the spotlight often casting a harsh light on the patriarch Todd. Despite the controversial situations that have surrounded her father and the family over the years, Lindsie Chrisley, the eldest daughter of Todd and his wife Julie, has made it clear that her love and dedication to her dad remain steadfast. As someone who has been both a part of and a witness to the public saga, Lindsie's voice offers a unique perspective on the intricate layers of her family's dynamic. In recent interviews and personal statements, she has chosen to speak not only of the love she has for her father, but also of the deep-rooted dedication she has to protecting his reputation, supporting him in the face of adversity, and most importantly, standing by his side no matter the circumstance. The Chrisley family saga. A brief overview before diving into Lindsie's defense of her father. It is essential to understand the media storm that has long surrounded the Chrisley family. Todd Chrisley, a flamboyant and wealthy real estate mogul from Georgia, gained national attention for his reality show Chrisley Knows Best. The show offered viewers a glimpse into the lavish and sometimes tumultuous lifestyle of the Chrisley family. As the patriarch of the household, Todd was both adored and criticized for his bold personality and his no-nonsense approach to parenting. The family's rise to fame, however, wasn't without its controversies. Todd and Julie Chrisley found themselves embroiled in legal battles that included accusations of tax evasion, fraud, and conspiracy. The scrutiny of their personal lives became leading to an outpouring of opinions and judgment from all corners of the internet and media. For Lindsie, this public scrutiny has been a constant and, at times, overwhelming presence in her life. However, what stands out in her story is the strength and loyalty she has continually shown toward her father, despite the various trials he has faced. Lindsie's early life and relationship with her father, Lindsie Chrisley, was born on September 17, 1989, to Todd Chrisley and his first wife, Teresa Terry. Growing up, Lindsie witnessed her father's entrepreneurial spirit and larger-than-life persona, which later played a significant role in shaping her own public identity. However, she has also been open about the challenges that marked her relationship with Todd, especially in the years following her parents' divorce. Despite the challenges they faced, Lindsie and Todd managed to maintain a close bond, something Lindsie has often spoken of with great emotion. Her decision to speak out in defense of her father is not just a reaction to recent events, but also a reflection of the deep-rooted connection they share. While their relationship has had its ups and downs, as most father-daughter relationships do, Lindsie's commitment to her father has always remained intact. She has repeatedly emphasized that, for all of his faults and flaws, Todd has been a constant source of support and guidance in her life. His influence on her upbringing and the lessons she has learned from him about perseverance, work ethic, and family loyalty have shaped Lindsie into the woman she is today. Lindsie's public defense of her father in recent years, Lindsie has found herself defending her father not only in the media, but also in her personal life. During times when Todd's legal troubles or public persona were being scrutinized, Lindsie took to social media and interviews to voice her unwavering support. One of the most notable instances came when Todd and Julie Chrisley faced federal charges related to tax evasion and fraud. While the legal process continued to unfold, Lindsie was one of the few family members who publicly stood by their side, voicing her belief in their innocence. "I know my dad," Lindsie shared in a heartfelt Instagram post. "I know the person he is, the kind of heart he has, and I refuse to stand by and watch the world tear him down without acknowledging the truth." It is clear that Lindsie's love for her father is not born out of blind loyalty, but rather a deep conviction rooted in personal experiences and the belief that Todd, despite his imperfections, has always been a loving father. For Lindsie, defending her father is not about ignoring past mistakes or overlooking faults. Rather, it is about highlighting the essence of who Todd is as a man, father, and husband. The importance of family in Lindsie's life. The Chrisley family has often been portrayed as a tightly knit unit, especially on Chrisley Knows Best. However, the public's perception of the family is sometimes at odds with the reality of what goes on behind closed doors. In an exclusive interview, Lindsie shared that family has always been the cornerstone of her existence, and it is something she continues to value deeply. "Family is everything," Lindsie remarked, emphasizing the importance of standing by each other during difficult times. "Through all the ups and downs, one thing has remained constant: our bond as a family. We may not always agree on everything, but we will always have each other's backs." This sense of familial unity has been a guiding principle in Lindsie's life. She has witnessed firsthand the way her father's actions, both good and bad, have affected not only him but also the people he loves. This understanding has led Lindsie to offer a more compassionate perspective on her father's public persona, choosing to look beyond the media headlines and focus on the person behind the controversy. Lindsie's own journey. A personal and professional balance. Lindsie's journey has not been without its own struggles and challenges. From her marriage to Will Campbell to her own ventures in the public eye, Lindsie has faced personal growth in the face of adversity. Yet despite these hurdles, she has always maintained a sense of balance and perspective. Lindsie has spoken openly about her own battles with the pressures of fame, media scrutiny, and public expectations. As a woman in the public eye, she has been forced to navigate not only the intricacies of her family dynamics, but also her own identity and sense of purpose. She has often used her platform to discuss the importance of mental health, self-awareness, and personal strength. "I've learned that you have to stay true to who you are," Lindsie said in a candid podcast interview. "The world will try to define you, but at the end of the day, you are the one who decides what your story is going to be." It is this sense of self-awareness and personal resilience that Lindsie brings to her defense.